Mm. Shalom, shalom. We're back. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekaha Kwadash, to the elder apostles, and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who I learn from daily. Love to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, 1/3 of the hopeful elect. Shalom. We're here with a video. I ain't come up with a name yet. That it's an article. Maniac ex-husband fatally shoots former wife, her new boo, in their LL home. Then chillingly told daughter her mom was dead. A maniac divorcee gunned down his ex-wife and her new boo inside a $1 million Long Island home Wednesday. Then chillingly told his daughter her mother was dead, cops and the family said. Daniel Coppola, 50, allegedly shot down the front door and blasted the couple, Kelly Coppola, 50, and Kenneth Palmer, 53, while they slept in their St. James home around 11:45 p.m., according to law enforcement sources and Palmer kin. Moments earlier, he warned his daughter to stay in his car outside 21 Brasswood Road. He leaves her in the car, goes behind the bush, and eventually he breaks down the door, went in, and did what he did. Palmer's grieving dad, Kenneth Palmer Sr., told reporters outside the couple's home. This is a picture of the man and his ex-wife. This is a picture of the new boyfriend. He came back and told his daughter, "I killed your mom and Kenny." That's what he told her. Daniel Coppola then fled the gruesome scene while the shocked teen whom he shared with his ex-wife reached out to her pals. Detective Lieutenant Kevin Breyer said, as he was driving her, she is communicating with her friend via text saying, "I don't know what my father did. I don't know how my mother is," Breyer added. Her pals called her mom, but was unable to get in touch with her, leading to them to call 911. Daniel was later arrested at his St. James home, about a mile away from a blood-soaked scene, and is under mental evaluation after making suicidal statements, police said. He's been slapped with 2 counts of second-degree murder, according to Suffolk County Police Department. The bloodshed came after the former couple finalized their divorce a year or two ago, according to Breyer. Apparently, the divorce is final, and apparently it is contentious divorce, he added without elaborating. I wonder why they don't want to elaborate. Police said there was no order of protection against the bitter ex, but they would call for a non-criminal dispute between the pair while they were married. Meanwhile, Palmer's family referred to the former husband as an abusive maniac. So they never had no police issues, except this one call, but he was an abusive maniac. So she never called the police. But somehow he was an abusive maniac, huh? From what she said, he abused her. Sure, that's what happened. That's what happened. He abused her all the time. From what she said, he abused her. Kenneth Greeding brother Tom told reporters. So she told y'all he abused her, but she would never call the police. I find that strange. Paulman met Kelly after losing his wife to cancer several years ago, his brother said. Several years ago, huh? Probably during her marriage with her husband. It makes sense why this man and his wife started getting into it. His family remember him as a romantic who plastered love letters on his bedroom wall. Kelly and Paulman shared the 6-bedroom, 4-bath, $1.1 million home, officials said. A friend of Palmer's, Geoff Boyd, remembered him as a great family man and awesome workout buddy. He didn't show up to the gym this morning, he told News 12 Long Island. I shot him a text and I got no response from him. Now I know why. Yeah, he got put to death. His family was left gripping with sudden loss. Her ex-husband shot down his door, ran upstairs, shot him, and her point blank. Tom said, how do you wrap your head around it? Wrap your head around it because he shouldn't have been laying with that man's wife. He'd have met her years ago. All of a sudden, they started having marital problems. He was beating her. She gaslighting everybody. You know how it go. It's crazy. Now, after his wife died, he met her. Now, all of a sudden, they in love. This woman took this man money, took his house, and thought she was just going to really get away with it. But how about Shem Shai put him and her to death? Let's go ahead and get into these scriptures. Proverbs 6:34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Matter of fact, let me get a little bit more in. Let's start this over. 6:34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. And as you've seen, when Yahweh Shem Shai put that spirit of vengeance upon him, he spared not her or her new boo. He would not regard any ransom, Salakia, neither will he rest content, though given many gifts. And they didn't have time to give him ransom to try to beg him to stop. Probably once they woke, he probably said, get up, and by the time they got up, he shot him in the head. You think you just gonna stay here, cheat on this man for years, take damn near half or most of what he had, and just lay up in a new house, lay up in a house that this man hard worked and built, and you thought you were gonna be able to get away with that? No. How about Shem Shai judged you, and he judged your little friend over there. That's why you gotta fear the Lord. Y'all think in today's time you're gonna be able to just commit adultery in front of the Lord? No, judgment is going out faster and quicker. Them gates of mercy is slowly closing. Think sin and iniquity just gonna be committed and the Lord is not gonna judge you for it? You sadly mistaken, especially in today's time. Go here, Leviticus 20 and 10. And a man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And as you seen, Yahweh Shem Shah made sure both of them were put to death. They met a gruesome end. Cheating and laid up in the house together. $1.1 million house. You think you just gonna be laid up with this man that you took your husband's money and ran off. Now all of a sudden he was abusive for years. Come up with all kind of lies, gaslighting people, your family in on it. Knowing that man wasn't doing nothing to you. It just you found somebody else. You found another man and let him pollute your womb. And you thought you was just gonna be able to live peacefully after this? No. When that spirit of vengeance jumped upon him, hey, you was taken out. And that's gonna happen to a lot more of you women. Because here in Babylon, they make it okay for y'all to commit adultery, because all you gotta do is just get a divorce and you can get half of everything the man earned. That's why the Lord had to step in and fix this situation. You think you're just gonna run off into the sunset and y'all gonna be forever married? No. You're gonna be ultimately destroyed. And that's what happened. It's Proverbs 27:4. Wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy? And let's go into that word envy. Strong's H7068. Can R from Strong 7065. Jealousy or envy, jealousy, sake, zeal. Adore, zeal, jealousy. Adore, jealousy, jealous disposition of her husband. And we seen her husband had a jealous disposition. This man came in and took his wife, took his home. She done took half his money, and he was left living in a house with his family totally destroyed. So when Yahweh Shem Shai put that spirit upon him, hey, he did what he had to do. So you go back to this, which we're gonna get in GNT. Anger is cruel and destructive, but it is nothing compared to jealousy. And as we seen, when jealousy came over this man, when the spirit of jealousy came over, he brought instant death to his ex-wife and her new boo. That's why they say jealousy is the rage of a man. He won't spare in the time of vengeance. And he didn't spare him. A single shot to each one on head, put them to sleep. Send them back to the spirit realm. Because ultimately, they were judged for the adultery they committed. And like they said, after his wife died, he done met this woman. Now he laid up with another man's wife. Why couldn't he just go out there and find him somebody else? Why couldn't he just go find some single woman? It's like 7 women and 1 man. He could have easily done that, but no, he want to lay up with somebody else's wife. And guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem and Howard Shah judge is behind for that. And good riddance. You want to go out there and find somebody else's wife, your wife done died, and y'all thought y'all was just going to live happily ever after, run, frolic through the flowers and all that. A man had to go through a very strenuous divorce from a wife who all of a sudden started making up lies, and her family making up lies, and took that man for damn near everything he worth. What you thought was going to happen? You going to live comfortably? No, you got judged by Yahweh Ba'Shem and Howard Shah. As the scripture said, adulterer and adulteress shall be put to death. This is Mark 10 and 12. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committed adultery. And that's exactly what she did. She sat there, already committed adultery by sleeping with the man. Like they said, they met years before her and her husband got that divorce. So it was going on for a while that they were cheating. Then she gonna divorce her husband and remarry her new boo, and they thought they were gonna lay up. She committed adultery. A woman can't put her husband away. Only time she can remarry is when her husband died. But here in Babylon, they push that BS that a woman can have a divorce and remarry other men, and it's okay. It's not going to be okay in front of the eyes of the Lord. That's why ultimately he put these 2 to death. And it was a righteous death. And this is going to happen to many, many more of these women here in Babylon who think they can go out, divorce their husband, and remarry somebody else. Only death and destruction await you. All right, we're gonna end here in Numbers. We're gonna go through the law about what a jealous husband, if he think his wife done cheated on him, and what the law basically said do besides put the woman to death. Well, what it was at. Start at verse 12. Speaking to the children of Israel and saying to them, if any man wife go aside and commit a trespass against him, and a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept closed, she be defiled, and there be no witnesses against her, neither she be taken with the manner. Slack it. So basically, if a woman cheats on her husband and no one's seen it, and her husband don't find out, but the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not defiled, then the man shall bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her offering for her, the 10th part of the ephah of barley meal, and he shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereon, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance. And the priest shall bring her near and set her before the Lord. And the priest shall take holy water in the earthen vessel, and of dust that is in the floor of the tabernacle, the priest shall take and put it into the water. And the priest shall set the woman before the Lord, and uncover the woman's head, and put the offering or memorial in her hand, which is the jealousy offering. And the priest shall have in her hand the bitter water that causes the curse. And the priest shall charge her, slacking, by an oath, and say unto the woman, if no man had lain with thee, and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness with another instead of thy husband, be thou free from this bitter water that causes the curse. And we know that woman wouldn't have been free from the water that causes the curse. Because not only did she lie with another man, she actually put her husband to the side, then started living with the other man while her husband was still alive. But if thou hast gone aside to another instead of thy husband, and if thou be defiled, and some man had lain with thee beside thy husband, then the priest shall charge the woman with an oath of cursing, and the priest shall say unto the woman, the Lord make thee a curse, and the oath among thy people, when thy Lord doeth make it thy thighs to rot and thy belly to swell. So back when we first got the laws, this what would have happened to the woman. If she wouldn't have immediately been put to death, and her husband would have felt like, hey, she cheating on me, then she'd have went through this trial. She'd end up having to drink this water that would have made her thighs to rot and her belly to swell. And the water that causes the curse shall go into thy bowels, to make thy belly to swell and thy thighs to rot. And the woman shall say, Amen, amen. And the priest shall write these curses in a book, and he shall blot them out with the bitter water. And he shall cause the woman to drink the bitter water that causes the curse, and the water that causes the curse shall enter into her and become bitter. Then the priest shall take the jealousy offering out of the woman's hand, and shall weigh the offering before the Lord, and offer it upon an altar. And the priest shall take a handful of the offering, even the memorial thereof, and burn it upon the altar, and afterwards shall cause the woman to drink it. And when he had made her to drink the water, then it shall come to pass that if she be defiled, which this woman definitely was, and have done trespass against her husband, that the water that causes her the curse shall enter into her and become bitter, and her belly shall swell, and her thighs shall rot, and that woman shall be a curse among her people. But as we seen here, she wasn't a curse. Her family were actually making excuses that this man was already abusive to her, and that's why she cheated and went her own way. And if the woman did not defile, but be clean, then shall she be free to conceive seed. This is the law of jealousy. When a wife goeth outside to another instead of her husband, and be defiled. Or when the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous over his wife, and shall set the woman before the Lord, and the priest shall execute upon her all the law. Then shall this man be guiltless from iniquity, and this woman shall bear the iniquity. See, they don't do nothing like this no more. There's no more consequences for a woman cheating on her husband. But when we get in the kingdom, when we ruling over the heathen, guess what? These are the things we're going to do to them when their wives are found commit iniquity and think they just going to cheat upon their husbands. This is the judgment we're going to be executing upon them. because we're going to be righteous in that time. So we ain't going to have to worry about any of our wives laying with another man. But that's okay. We saw the Lord issue out judgment to this man and this woman for their adultery, who thought they were just going to lay up and ride off into the sunset. And they got that, and they got death for committing that adultery. And all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem and Yahweh Shai for that righteous judgment. But I hope this video edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the next video.